him momentarily. Good afternoon. This is the Rules and Legislative Oversight Committee. We are going to start with some executive nominations, and then we'll be moving on to the towing bill. In the meantime, we have one nominee who has requested to withdraw her nomination, and that is EA 21-0070, Yolanda Winkler. So the committee will not be considering Ms. Winkler for the Sustainability Commission. We are now going to get started on EA 21-0068, Jason Bequie, and he is represented also here by an interpreter, Pat McKenney Benjamin. And so I will turn off my camera and allow you to take it away. But what we're asking is that you introduce yourself and just give us a quick overview of why you are interested in serving on this commission. Thank you.
Okay, hello. Can everyone hear the interpreter?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hello. My name is JB. My birth name is actually Jason Begue. However, I go by JB. And I am here representing a nonprofit organization by the name of Baltimore City Association of the Deaf, BCAD. So this nonprofit is actually a new organization. I decided to become involved because we need to have deaf and hard of hearing citizens within the city of Baltimore to join together and make sure that they are, have accessibility and have their rights heard and have everyone heard within the city of Baltimore, and to make sure everyone else is receiving an equitable amount of accessibility. So that's why I'm here. I wanted to participate and support, everyone here.
Okay, thank you very much. Committee members, you can turn your cameras back on. If anybody has any questions for this nominee, we can entertain them now. Any questions? Okay, well, thank you very much, JB, for joining us today, and thank you, Pat, for translating. What we will be doing is we'll be taking votes on all the nominees at the end of this portion of the hearing, and so you do not need to wait around because there is no further questions for you. So thank you very much for joining us today. Okay, we will be moving on to.
Okay, so shall I turn off my camera or should I leave the call at this
Yeah,
point?
you can turn off your camera and leave the call. We're going to move on to the next nominee, unless you have any questions for us.
No, no questions for you.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much.
I will do.
Okay. The next nominee we're going to be moving on to is EA 21-0067, Thomas Akaris. And Tom, if you can take it away.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Chairman Schleifer, and good afternoon to the members of the Rules and Legislative Oversight Committee. My name is Thomas Akris, and currently I serve as the Chief of Operations Management for the Downtown Partnership. And in this role, I oversee homeless outreach, parks, our clean teams, our safe teams, and our capital projects teams. But the reason I'm here today is, and I first also want to thank Mayor Brandon Scott for nominating me to the Board of Licenses for Towing Services. prior to kind of me being here, and I know some of you from that experience, I served as the Deputy Executive Secretary for the Liquor Board of Baltimore City. And it was really there where I kind of learned how to, and concert with the business community, residents, elected officials, and so on, really learned how to provide quality oversight to an agency and reform, and change practices and modernize an agency. And so for me, an opportunity to serve on this board is to do those three things: modernize, organize, and ensure that the Board of Licenses for Towing Services is operating in compliance with the law. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Tom, and thank you for your leadership. You've been a pleasure to work with over the years in your capacity over at the Liquor Board, and also in your current capacity. I'll ask my colleagues if they have any questions, but I would, suggest that if you can, to listen in on the next hearing, because that will be a crash course on things that are going to be discussed regarding the towing board. So thank you again for your willingness to serve. Does anybody have any questions? Go ahead, Councilman Costello.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to take a moment to speak to the nominee. I've had the opportunity to work with and get to know Mr. Akris over the last 7 years, previously during his time as the Deputy Executive Secretary at the Board of Liquor License Commissioners, and more recently over the last year as the Chief of Operations at the Downtown Partnership. I could not think of someone more qualified to serve on one of the Baltimore City commissions, especially on the towing board. Just a huge supporter of him and the work that he does, all the thought and hard work that goes into what he's doing every day. So just wanted to leave that there for my colleagues' consideration. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Any other questions from the committee? Nope. Okay, thank you so much. Tom, thanks again. The next nominee up will be EA 21-0069, Gary Crum, Commission on Sustainability. Mr. Crum, are you with us?
Let me check.
Mr. Chair, this is Nina Themlis with the Mayor's Office of Government Relations. I don't see that he is in attendance. I would have to reach out to him and see if he can join. So I would request a couple minutes to touch base with him. Otherwise, if we would need to recess to a future date, just let me know.
No, so if you can try to reach him in the meantime. Richard, if we can do a roll call on the following nominations on Thomas Akris, Otis Friedman, and JB that we've heard from as well.
Okay. Good. Okay, that would be 66, 67, and 68. You want to do them in that order, Mr. Hearn?
That's fine.
Okay. EA 210066, Otis Freeman for the Board of Municipal and Zoning Appeals.
Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Moved by Ramos, seconded by Burnett.
Okay. Chair Schleifer.
Yes.
Chair Schleifer votes aye. Mr. Burnett.
Yes.
Mr. Burnett votes aye. Mr. Costello.
Aye.
Okay. The Vice President informs us she's on an excused absence. Member Ramos.
Yes.
Member Ramos votes aye. Mr. Torrance.
You're muted. We can't hear you. Just give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Thumbs up.
Mr. Torrance votes aye. Mr. Conway.
Yes.
Mr. Conway votes aye. Mr. Chair, there's 6 votes in the affirmative, No negatives. We can go to second read on Monday.
Okay.
Okay. EA 210067, Thomas Akris.
I will move this
Licensing
nomination.
for towing services.
Yeah, I will move this nomination favorable. Do I have a second?
Second.
So moved by Schleifer, seconded by Ramos.
Chair Schleifer.
Yes.
Mr. Burnett.
Yes.
Mr. Burnett votes aye. Mr. Costello.
Aye.
Costello votes aye. Vice President's absent. Member Ramos.
Yes.
Member Ramos votes aye. Mr. Torrance. Let me see if I can unmute him on this end. He's showing being on, but he's giving me the aye sign. So, aye. Mr. Conway.
Yes.
Mr. Conway votes aye. 6 votes in the affirmative, no negatives. We can go to second read on Monday, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And then EA 210068, Jason Beckway for the Commission on Disabilities.
I'll move that nomination favorable.
Second.
So moved by Schleifer, seconded by Ramos.
Chair Schleifer.
Yes.
Chair Schleifer votes aye. Mr. Burnett.
Yes.
Mr. Burnett votes aye. Mr. Costello.
Aye.
Mr. Costello votes aye. The Vice President is absent. Member Ramos.
Yes.
Member Ramos votes aye. Mr. Torrance. Mr. Torrance votes aye. Mr. Conway.
Yes.
Mr. Conway votes aye. Mr. Chair, there's 6 votes in the affirmative, no negatives. We can go to second read on Monday.
Okay. We'll check back with Ms. Thimilis. Have you been able to reach Mr. Crum?
Let me see if he's.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I was able to reach him. He is in the process of joining through the attendee link. He was having some issues joining, but he should be on in just a minute. I apologize for the delay.
Soon as he comes on, I'll elevate him.
Yeah, in the meantime, Richard, if you can elevate, I see Nikki Thompson in the attendees list.
Oh, she must have fallen off because I elevated her previously, and she's back on.
Okay, and if there's anybody else, and I see Liam also in the attendees list. Liam Davis.
He's back on.
Okay,
And Mr. Chair, if you could also have Justin Lane from the BDC elevated.
yes, here we go. Justin as well. And anybody else who we're missing, if you can just let us know in the chat. We're happy to. Anybody who's supposed to be a panelist.
Okay. That's everyone I see. We're still waiting for Mr. Crum.
Okay. So we'll give him another minute.
There's a new attendee, and it might be him. Yes, sir. He's on.
He's on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Crum, if you can turn on your camera and introduce yourself and let us know why you are interested on serving on the Commission on Sustainability for EA 21-0069.
How y'all doing?
Are you able to turn on your camera? Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Wait a minute, Tyler. Wait a minute. What was the question again? Why I'm interested, you said?
Yeah, just introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're interested in serving on the Sustainability Commission.
Well, my name is Gary Crum. Born and raised here in Baltimore City all my life. I ran for city council back in 2018 and 2020. I'm a community leader as well in the 12th district in the Oliver community. I've been very interested in local politics and anything that's concerning the well-being of our city and moving our city forward. So I'm always interested in just joining things that I can be a part of to help the city move in a better direction.
Okay, so what specifically about the Commission on Sustainability?
Well, we had a guy named Earl Johnson. He was on that board before, and I was watching him, and he kind of got me more involved in kind of some of the things that they do, and that's really what got me interested in just following him and seeing the things that he was involved in, being on the board that got me interested.
Okay. Colleagues, any questions? Anybody? All right, I will entertain a motion. Is there a motion to confirm Mr. Crum to the Sustainability Commission?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Moved by Councilman Burnett. Do I have a second? Seconded by Councilman Torrance. I will do a roll call.
So Chair Schleifer,
Yes.
Chair Schleifer votes aye. Let me get back on here. Mr. Burnett,
Yes.
Mr. Burnett votes aye. Mr. Costello,
Aye.
Mr. Costello votes aye. Vice President's absent. Member Ramos,
Yes.
Member Ramos votes aye. Mr. Torrance, Mr. Torrance votes aye. Mr. Conway,
Yes.
Mr. Conway votes aye. Mr. Chair, 6 votes to the affirmative, no negative. We could go to second read on Monday.
Okay, excellent.
That concludes the executive appointments.
Yeah, so anybody who's on here for executive appointments, I'll ask you to please log off unless you're interested in the next bill, which is for trespass towing. But either way, if Richard, if we can take everybody who is on from executive appointments and remove them as panelists so we can proceed to the next hearing.
Okay.
And we will start that hearing in 2 minutes from now.